All right, now we're talking, guys. Nvidia stock hit an all-time high today, $187.55 or 35 cents. Either way, all-time high was hit, and we are now breaking out. We have to go over the charts in this video, go over where Nvidia could be going, what I'm looking to do, and I want to break down some stocks, in particular, other stocks, in particular, Nike. Their earnings just came out. So, guys, jam-packed video. Hit the like button. Make sure to subscribe. Join the Patreon for my portfolio updates. Link down below in the comments as well. And now, let's dive into it. So, Nvidia, it went up over 2.5% today, and it hit an all-time high, like I said, at $187.35. And I'm sure some of you, or maybe a lot of you, hopefully a lot of you saw the ascending triangle that we've been calling out, right? I'm hoping. I'm hoping some of you guys saw it. And the cup and handle here, that also ended up playing out. Look at this cup and handle, guys. That played out. But you can see here on the 1 hour time frame how we were making higher lows on Nvidia stock heading into this 184, 185 resistance. And this was happening for weeks. It's not like it just happened, out of the blue, 1 or 2 days, then bam, it popped out, right? No, this has been setting up for weeks. We hit $164 on the 5th of September. We put another higher low in on the 17th at about 170. We hit another point at 175 on the 25th of September, and we just kept on building, right? And we finally broke out today. We finally broke out, right? And we can see on the 4 hour chart, if I zoom in, Nvidia's been flat. You guys know this, right? It's been flat since pretty much the end of July. On the 30th of July is where we kind of peaked out. We had a huge run for 3 months. I mean, this thing went on a big run from April to, end of July. Then it cooled off pretty much for 2 months up until now. And again, we started seeing the signs of this triangle, ascending triangle, starting to form. About what? How long ago was that? About 3 weeks ago, we started seeing signs of that. Really, it was like 2 weeks ago we identified it. And again, now we're starting to break out. So at this point, Nvidia could be going towards 200. Do you guys remember how I said, Nvidia, I think we're going to break out to 200 by the end of the year? I was saying this, a couple of weeks ago. And yeah, I'm still sticking to that, especially now that we're confirming the actual breakout, right, guys? So I think we're well on our way to $200. And, I don't have, a crystal ball where it's like, all right, we're going to hit $200, then we're going to pull back, then we're going to go to 210. We don't know what the heck's going to happen, right, guys? But what I do know is momentum is building up here. This is the breakout spot. And 200 is that kind of round psychological number where the stock could get to, I think. What do you guys think about that? But yeah, let's say we do go to 200. How much more upside does that even, mean? Let's say $13 for, a $200 stock. What are we looking at? Like 5%, a couple percentage points. It's not, it's not that much more upside from where we are now. So keep that in mind. That's where I think Nvidia could be going, and it's setting up beautifully for that. And full disclosure, I'm long. You guys know that. I started buying Nvidia about a year and some change ago, and I went heavy, man, heavy on the dip in April. Was really able to get my cost down. Honestly, I forget what the heck my average cost is on Nvidia, but I think it's like 105 to 110. It's got to be down there, maybe lower. Honestly, maybe lower than that. I have to double check, but yeah, this is one that I went heavy on, during this dip. Brought the average cost down beautifully, and now we're up a good chunk. Cheers to that, guys. Cheers to that. So, let me know what you guys are doing in the comments as always. And I'm curious now how Nike's looking. Let's switch gears a little bit here. Let's go to Nike and see what's going on as they just reported their earnings. And guys, well, the stock is up a little bit. We closed at 69.73. So just a little under $70 a share. And you can see here, it has been a roller coaster ride for Nike, which, full disclosure, I have $70 puts on, and the stock's at $70.24. So we're pretty much, right there on these puts. I'm in these puts and I'm still holding on to them. And we can see clearly we saw an initial spike when earnings came out. And, well, it's been kind of downhill since. We got to about 73-ish. Then we saw a big dump, huge red candle down to 68.50. Then we tried, Nike tried seeing that rebound, tried recovering, but we clearly failed to get back to where it initially spiked after earnings. So the price action does not look ideal here for the bulls, even though it's up. Yes, it's up after the bell, but it kind of looks like here we are seeing a lower high being put in as of now, and obviously this could change by the time you're watching this video. Who knows, right? But as of now, yes, we are up a little bit, but the stock is struggling. It's been the last 20 minutes to break back through 71 to get back to 73 where it was initially when earnings came out. So we'll see if it's able to break through 71, but as of now, it's struggling to do that. It's at $70.45. So let me see. They ended up doing, I don't know if Nike was sandbagging or what, guys, but EPS came in at 49 cents, which beat the 27 cents expected. So, yeah, I mean, come on. They're sandbagging big time. 49 versus 27 cents expected. Looks like sales $11.72 billion versus the $11 billion expected. So, yeah, they beat nicely on EPS and revenue. They did, but their gross margin decreased 320 basis points to 42.2%. And let me see. There's a lot here that we could talk about. That's primarily due to lower average selling price, reflecting higher discounts and channel mix, as well as higher tariffs in North America. So we all know North America, the tariffs, gross margin, it's going to be affected, right? Tariffs are going to hurt the business, I think, more than people think in the next couple of quarters. We'll see how that goes. But Nike CEO says, I'm encouraged by the momentum we generated in the quarter, but progress will not be linear as dimensions of our business recover on different timelines. Interesting. Let's see if we come down here a little bit more. Looks like Asia Pacific and Latin America revenue came in at $1.49 billion. Footwear revenue $7.41 billion. Gonna read through all these numbers, guys, kind of all over the place. Bear with me. North America revenue $5.02 billion. Let's see here. Middle East, Africa, Europe $3.33 billion. That was up 6%. Not seeing what the other ones were up, so I'm assuming they're not up. I'm assuming they're not looking that great. Oh no, it says North America revenue up 4%. Latin America revenue up 2%. Not bad, actually. Let's see. So, yeah, I mean, these earnings, honestly, were pretty good. Pretty decent, for what, in terms of what the analysts were expecting. But, again, I'm not too convinced that Nike's going to turn things around. I have to dive deeper into the report. I mean, look, these numbers literally just came out, guys, fresh off the press. So I'm reading the headlines, so I have to dive deeper into the report before I really formulate an updated opinion on kind of what's going on here fully with these numbers. But based on the quick glance, yeah, they double beat. Revenue's doing pretty good in these different segments. But man, gross margin. It's coming down big time. Lower average selling price, higher discounts. So they're having a discount a lot of products, right? There's a ton of inventory, higher tariffs, these things are, these are problems, right? And yeah, the stock could be up a little bit, 50 cents on a double beat. But yeah, I'm going to look deeper into this. But as of now, I am still in those $70 puts. I'm in those puts, guys. And, I'm pretty much at break even on them. They're close to, in the money pretty much, right? But yeah, for now I'm holding on. Those expire in December. And if we look at the larger chart quickly on Nike, it actually doesn't look that bad, which is why I'm kind of on the fence. I posted in my Patreon. Yesterday where I post the portfolio updates. I was like, look, I'm in these Nike puts, and the reality is it's a gamble. Holding them through earnings, it's a gamble. And I was like, I might lock in 50% because I was up like 10, 12% at the time. Or I might just let the whole position ride. And I let the entire position ride. And, I'm pretty much still, break even on that, or not break even, but close to in the money on these puts. And at this point, it's like still 50-50. If we see a dump off later this week, I could be out of these puts. So the point is, when it comes to options, guys, especially when you're holding them through earnings, which you guys know I usually don't do that. I've said this for years. I don't like gambling on earnings, but I did today for fun. And to be honest, it's not with a huge amount of money. It's not a big part of the portfolio. I'm not going nuts here, going all in on puts. It was a fun position. But, when I'm dealing with puts, guys, options in general, especially when I'm buying them on the buy side, it's like, yeah, I'm quick to get in, quick to get out, quick to make a decision, because you can always re-enter. It's not like when you sell, you now have to wait a month before you can re-enter. That's not how the market works, Well, I guess unless the wash sale rule, which we're not going to get into that. That's a little different. But you know what I mean. You could always buy back in, It is what it is. But again, full disclosure, I'm holding those $70 puts, $70 that expire December 19th, and could lose money. I could for sure lose money on that, and we'll see, man. And I might be out of them by the end of this week. We'll see. But yeah, that's pretty much it, guys. Hit the like button. Feel free to subscribe. Let me know your thoughts in the comments. Am I nuts for holding these Nike puts? I just think the stock, I don't know, man. Nike's is struggling, and I think the stock is still expensive. I have it at $60 to $62 is where it should be, but that doesn't mean it's going to get there. Who knows, right? But yeah, that's what we're dealing with. Let me know your thoughts and join the Patreon. If you guys want to see what I'm doing in my portfolio, weekly updates, all the stocks I'm buying, be a part of the Discord, plus more, check out the Patreon. Link down below, or go to stassurfest.com/Patreon. And it's also in the comments, guys. And with that being said, I'll see you in the next video.